This is CNN, the Canine News Network.
Hello, boys and girls. Professor Chewie here, a correspondent for CNN, the Canine News Network, and I have an important announcement to make. I just received notice, and it's been come to my attention, that Miss Vegela's class, although trying out the strategies and tips that I gave for stress, is having a difficult time going to sleep every night. The class is complaining that they're having a hard time falling asleep now during this whole quarantine and coronavirus situation. No problem, boys and girls. I'm going to let you know what to do. And I'm going to share this with all of you. And I'm going to give you some hints and tips and advices. And you're going to see a little short video clip. And then my mother will come and explain it in more detail. Thank you, Miss Vegela's class, for letting us know. And we will do our best to help you. This is Professor Chewie from CNN, the Canine News Network. And now, here's my report. Chewie for such an insightful report. Hi, boys and girls. I hope all of you have been doing well. Last week the lesson was on coronavirus and tips on what you can do to stay safe. We've also talked about ways that you can reduce your stress, and it's been so nice seeing you guys through Zoom, popping into classrooms and talking to you guys. I want to give a special thanks to Ms. Vegela's class, who gave me the idea of this week's video. We were talking and they explained to me that what they're having a difficult time with is sleeping. And believe it or not, a lot of people are having that same difficulty because of the quarantine and being home all day. And all of our routines have been changed. So that's part of the problem. The biggest thing you can do is follow the same routine you had while you guys were going to school. I know you guys want to sleep in late and you want to stay up late, but that is what's causing you to not fall asleep on time. So let's go over Professor Chewie's tips and advice that he gave in his report on what to do to sleep. The first thing he mentioned was to stick to a routine, and that is so important, boys and girls, because your body, right now, everything has changed. So the more you can do to stick to the routine that we had before this new normal, because this whole situation is not normal. So we have to try to do as much as we can as we were prior to going into quarantine and being at home all day. So when you would wake up in the morning, what would you do before going to school? What time would you wake up? What time would you go to bed? What time would you do homework? Try to copy the same routine you had while you'd be going to school right now during these weeks. And you will see how it will help you get to sleep quicker and have a much better night's rest. Professor Chewie's second tip was to exercise daily. Believe it or not, it helps. I was having trouble sleeping too. And being home all day, we're kind of like just not doing much, and we're just not moving as much. We're just sitting there watching TV, not being as active as we used to be before being locked down. So do the best that you can. at home or in your backyard. Do stretches, jog in place, touch your toes. You can do jumping jacks. 20 minutes, 30 minutes a day that you dedicate to doing some form of exercise. You will see how at night it will help you get a better night's sleep as well. Another thing that Professor Chuy talked about was reduce anxiety. How do we reduce anxiety? We talked about stress a couple weeks ago. I know right now a lot of people are going through a stressful time because of everything that's happening. And many times, and it's probably happening to you guys too, that when we put our heads down to go to sleep, that's when all our thoughts and worries and we start thinking of all these things that may be keeping us up at night. So I have an idea for you guys, all right? Because yes, it's normal to have worries and get stressed out. That's normal. We're human beings. It's part of life. But it's how you handle these situations, okay? This is what I came up with. I think you guys, this is what I made for my daughter. I made a worry box, okay? Out of a regular box, okay? And I labeled it worry box, okay? I put like a little opening here where at night, let's say she's starting to worry about something, she writes it on a little piece of paper, she opens the worry box, puts it in here, closes it, and the worry box is put away. Okay? We will not worry about things until the next morning because our worries are in the worry box. And next morning, you could talk with mommy or papi or whoever to discuss what is worrying you, and they could give you advice and put you at ease. So the best thing to do at night is not to start thinking of all the things that are making you stress, because that will cause you not to go to sleep, okay? And the last thing, reset your sleep-wake cycle. That's called, the fancy word for that is circadian rhythm, all right? Your body has an internal 24-hour clock, and your body internally knows when it's daytime, we're gonna get up and I'm gonna be alert and active. And when it's nighttime, okay, time to shut down and go to sleep and relax. What's happening if you guys are not following your daily routine like you would when you go to school, I know a lot of you are staying up late, and the later you stay up, the later you're sleeping in. So what happens? Your internal clock, okay, is thinking that it's out of whack right now, because let's say you're going to bed at 3 in the morning and you're waking up like at 1 in the afternoon or 12 o'clock in the afternoon, okay, during the weekends and stuff. Your body now has changed its rhythm. You gotta reset it. How do you reset your internal clock? Again, back to daily routine. Routine. Wake up no later than 8 a.m. and go to bed no later than 8 p.m. No TV, no video games, none of that right before bedtime, because all those things make your brain alert. So your brain will be running fast and thinking, oh, it's daytime, I'm doing all these activities. All that stuff needs to be shut down at least an hour before bedtime. That means that at 7 o'clock, that's it. No more TV, no more video games, nothing. At 8 o'clock, be in bed, relax, okay? You can listen to some music. You could do breathing, same techniques with the stress that we gave you. But close your eyes and lay in bed and try to sleep. It's gonna be hard the first couple days, but once you get back in your routine, you should be fine. Okay, boys and girls? So remember, 4 things that Professor Chuy made a point of telling you guys to follow so that you can sleep. Number 1, daily routine. Stick to your daily routine. So important. The daily routine that you had before lockdown, all right? The daily routine you had while we were attending Spanish League. You have to. If not, it's gonna take you longer to fall asleep. Number 1, daily routine. Number 2, exercise. Move your body. Get it working, okay? So that when nighttime comes, you'll feel tired and you'll want to go to sleep. Number 3, okay? Reduce your anxiety. All your worries, put them in the worry box. Make the worry box. That was Chewy. Chewy sleeping. Professor Chewy sleeping on my lap. Anyway, worries out the door, in the box. You could decorate that box with mommy. Get any old box with mommy or papi or whoever. You could decorate it yourself. I use duct tape. I did a little thing there for my daughter, and that's what's going to keep her worries. And when you put it in the box, out of mind, out of sight, out of mind, you don't think about that anymore at night, and that will be discussed in the morning. Worry box, put away, and reduce your anxiety. And the last but not least, reset your internal sleep-wake cycle. Go to bed no later than 8 p.m., 7 o'clock, all technology off, and do not wake up later than 8 a.m., okay? If you follow these things, it's going to be hard in the beginning, and it's going to take a few days. It's the same way when people go traveling to opposite parts of the world. When I went to Australia, it took me weeks to get back into my rhythm. When I went to Thailand, the same thing. It's like a 12-hour difference. So when I got to Thailand, 8 p.m. was 8 a.m. over here. So my whole body went, woo! So by the time when I got back to the States, it took me like 3 weeks. Now, for me, it took 3 weeks because I was like really off of my sleep-wake cycle. It shouldn't take you guys that long. If you do it by consistently for 4 or 5 days, by the end of the week, you should be going to bed by 8, fine, with no troubles falling asleep. Okay, boys and girls? So follow Professor Chewy's tips and practice this week. And don't forget, routine, routine, routine. Stick to the same routine you had while you were going to Spanish Lake, and you'll see that you'll start falling asleep in no time at all. Have a great week, and next week I'll post another video for you to enjoy. Mwah, 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 mwah. Miss you.